Hello again everyone. Well, if you're fans of watching people unbox pressure washers, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're a fan of watching somebody unbox quality German-made vacuum cleaners, then this is the video for you, especially if you like your German vacuum cleaners from the 80s, because I think this Miele is from the 80s. Could be the very late 70s, but I think it's the 80s. And this is very similar to a Miele that blew up on my channel. I'll put a link to that video somewhere in this video. It might be at the end. But it's more or less the same body shape. It's a slightly different model, but it's quite similar. I still have that Miele that blew up, and I still intend, hopefully, to fix it. Now this seller, who is a collector I believe, had 3 of these for sale. He had one at a buy it now price, which was the body only, and I nearly bought that because I thought, well, I could get the motor and all the internal gubbins out of that one and fix mine. It didn't have any of the tools with it. He also had another one with some tools, but this was the one I wanted because out of the 3 lots that the seller had, this was the best because it has the original box. It also comes with an Electro power head. But if I hadn't won this one, I would have bought either of the other 2. But I was glad to see I won this. But I can still use this to help diagnose the problem with the other one. Thinking back, it may be the suppressor. I did look at the suppressor during that video, but not properly. So what I might do with that other one, I'll bypass the suppressor. If I can get the other one working, then I'll probably sell that one. Although I do need some of the tools from it, so I might use it as a spares machine. Anyway, here we have some nice packaging. We've got some bags, genuine Miele bags to fit this model. For some reason the extension wand wasn't in the box, but that's a genuine Miele extension wand. Here, in its original box, we have a Miele Electro brush, 100 watt Electro brush here. This should fit some other Mieles I've got, as long as they got power takeoff socket. Some of the more boxier, later Mieles, vintage Mieles, it should fit those, so it'd be interesting to see how it performs. That's really good. This was one reason I really wanted this machine, to get one of these Electro brushes, the older version. And finally we have inside the outer box. I can get it out carefully. Oh, hang on. We've got a nozzle. And I'll have to be careful because I don't think the box is going to survive if I don't think it's taped up at the bottom. Let's try and, whoops-a-daisy, kick the box out of the way. Ooh. And here we have the model I'll be showing you today. And we can see here it's a model S224 electronic. Let's have a look at the specifications quickly. Super suction power, 240 M bar, vacuum power, 2,400 millimeter pressure head, rate of airflow 54 litres a second, power consumption 1000 watts, dust bag volume 7 litres, wide range of operation, telescoping suction pipe, variable stage suction power regulation, triple filtering system, central suction hose socket, dual purpose floor brush with stainless steel suction nozzle. Now the hose on my other one that blew up split. It split this end, but it is easy enough. It's split about there, but I can easily shorten it. But it is more or less the same hose with that thing on it, which I think I understood was to be a little hook for hanging it up, so you can hang the hose up via that little attachment that's actually fitted. This is not in such good condition. It has yellowed a bit this should really be white. So what I might do, it looks a lot whiter on my viewfinder than it does in the flesh, but it's certainly gone yellow. As long as the other one has survived a winter in my garage, I might just use the body of that and the internal gubbins of this, because apart from the model being slightly different, it is more or less, I think, the same cleaner. But it's clean, a bit squeaky, looks good on the viewfinder, looks better on the viewfinder than it does in front of me, but it's still quite good. This is the main carpet and floor nozzle. Nice metal base, quite well used, I'd say. But obviously this isn't a new in-box one, I knew it wasn't. We've also got another thing I like, the instruction book. So we can see we've got some spare parts you can buy. That's showing you all the functions, how to use the machine. Here, all the attachments. I think this has 4 built-in tools. I'll soon find out. Changing the bag, of course. Using the Electro brush. Is there a date on this? Doesn't look like it. I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there's a YouTube channel that has quite a lot of these older Miele's. I'm not sure if he's a chap from Italy. I know there is a collector from Italy that's got quite a lot of older Miele's. So he'll be able to tell me, I'm sure, in the comments, if he's watching, when this date's from. But I think it is. It is an 80s vacuum. I don't know why we've got all the tools separate, unless they're additional, but normally they'd be stored inside, I believe. So, that's come away. Oh dear. Oh, that's it. It's okay. Right. Ooh. Right. Going to have to put a bit of oil on that. I stand corrected. I thought this model had built-in tools, but it doesn't. I think the model that followed this did include that facility, but this doesn't, because when we open the bag door, we see the bag, which pulls out. It's got a new bag in, non-reusable. It's quite clean in there, isn't it? Not spotless, but it's, you know, compared to some of the vacuums I unbox. There's a little screw here to undo the pre-motor filter, which could be genuine, I don't know. I'm not sure if I could even get genuine ones. I'm not sure if there's any in the box of bags, if there's any spare ones. No, it doesn't seem to be. It's a pretty generic sort of filtration media in there. So that fits pre-motor and screws back in. And again, as with many vacuums, I don't think I'll be able to close the bag door. Oh, I can. Nothing to stop you using this without the bag in place properly, which you don't want to do. Quite primitive way of fitting, it sort of just pushes on. So that's that. And behind this panel should be a power takeoff socket for the Electro brush. Push down on the textured part. It comes off, so if you ever take that off, I'm not sure if it's got a little place to put it. I'll have to look at the instructions. I'm sure I've got a Miele that has a cover, and it's got a little place inside the bag compartment or the tool compartment that you store it in case you lose it. So I don't want to lose it, but yes, it's got the socket. You might be able to tell now it's a little bit whiter inside there. That's the colour the machine should be, really, white. But it's got 100 watts written on it, so it takes the 100 watt power brush. We'll pop that back for now though, because we don't want to lose it. Of course, the hose fits into here. At the end of the cleaner, we've got a foot operated on-off switch, and of course your auto cord rewind. And here we've got the rotary dial to adjust the suction power from a minimum up to position 8 maximum, and this position somewhere between 6 and 7 with this symbol, which I understand is a purse. That's your economy setting, And then you've got your bag check indicator. I believe it's a bag check indicator, or a blockage indicator as well, I suppose. And then the post motor filter is behind this grille, and if memory serves me right, there is a little button there which we press to take the cover off. And again, you can see from the back of that, that's the white it should be. You can now see the difference. But yes, that, I'm sure the one that blew up is this white. So I'm going to be able to cobble together a very nice machine out of these two. And this could be genuine, I'm not sure, but it's got a nice clean post motor filter in here. And so that goes back on there. Let's see, how am I doing this? I have to press the button, I think, possibly. Under there we go, that's it. Yeah, that's in place. Sort of, it doesn't really fit that closely. Squeak, squeak. We've got a furniture guard all the way around. And at the front, of course, you've got your carry handle. Bit of Miele branding. It's one of the squeaky wheels. 2 fixed wheels at the back. And up here, very smooth caster. This comes together very easily, as if you saw my other video when it blew up, I took it all apart and had a look at the motor. Let's have a quick look at the rating plate. So, Miele, made in Germany. Some numbers here: 1304013, Type S, 224, 240 volts, 40 to 60 hertz, 1000 watts. Well, I think it's ready to plug this in and switch it on. I'm going to turn it to the lowest setting. Let's hope this one decides not to blow up. We won't want a repeat, would we? Well, some of you might want to see it blowing up, but I don't. That's very smooth, lovely. I don't think there'll be any problem when I press the rewind button. If it's coming out this smooth, it should go in hopefully just as smoothly. See, this is, yeah, it's starting to scrape a bit now because we're near the end, I think. I'll just let it go in a bit. Miele are still a very good manufacturer of vacuum cleaners, washing machines, tumble dryers, refrigeration, cookers, all sorts. They're still a very good premium brand, but they're not as good as they were, even Miele. But I still like them, you know, the modern stuff. In fact, I probably will get a Miele washer when I need a new washing machine. So I'm just going to back off a bit. I don't know if it's going to be on at the cleaner. Okay, here goes. Well, that certainly sounds okay to my ears. That's a bit stiff. That's very stiff. There we are. Ooh. Not very easy to move either. And little black bits have appeared since switching it on. I didn't pay a huge amount for this. I can't remember. I think it was less than 100. I was quite happy to get it. Obviously, things that made this more attractive for me were, of course, the main thing was the Electro head, the original box, the instructions. All those things help to make a vacuum a little bit more attractive to me when I want to buy something. I think that'll be clean enough to run over my new carpet. Let's hope I can pull out the... There we are. Oh dear. That's wet, actually, I have to say. And it's not been outside this. This has been in my hall, which is heated. Right, I need a cloth. This is going to need a little bit of help. It's a bit of a Brillo pad and metal polish. Should get rid of that light rusting. I've just given it a bit of a dry, but I'll spend some time getting this polished up. I think most of that light rust should come off. Let's pop the old standard carpet floor head on. Oh, I've got the handle around the wrong way, so let's turn it back. That's a bit tall for me, so let's lower that a bit, more comfortable. And let's hope, well, I'm going to start it off on max power. I'm not sure if it's going to have a soft start motor. It does skip a bit, this nozzle, but this is a new plush carpet, so a lot of vacuum cleaners don't like it, unfortunately. My feet like it, and I like it when I'm lying down on it. My dogs like it, but vacuums don't like it. But hopefully, we take this nozzle off, hopefully the Electro brush will like it a bit more. So let's get it open. It's model S224. And of course, a bit dusty. Where's my cloth? Hang on. Oh, it's paint splatter. That'll come off with a little bit of help. Well, it's not bad condition. That's unusual. I think that's metal. Again, a bit dusty, but it's a vacuum cleaner. It'll have dust on it. It's not new in the box. I've never actually had an experience of this type of nozzle, but the brush roll doesn't look bad. There's still fairly long brushes on that, because I doubt I'll be able to get a new brush roll. Not sure how it comes out. Possibly, I think you'd have to take the top cover off. There are various screw holes, so I think the top cover will come off to access the brush roll. And it's the belt, or it's got a central belt, not covered up. Hopefully that belt's going to last, because again, I'm not sure where I'll get another belt. So this one actually says made in West Germany, so probably before the Berlin Wall came down, because it was East and West Germany. Now it's all made in Germany. It's all the same now, isn't it? 100 watts motor, 2 little wheels at the back. Again, nice little metal base plate there. And a little sort of lever or catch that holds the tube in place, and you press that to release it. So of course this has got a long lead, so it doesn't have a power hose. Obviously later models obviously had power hoses, but with this version you have to clip the mains lead all the way along the extension wand and the hose. So I'll do that now. So the Electro brush is fitted to the end of the wand, and of course I've got the cable clipped to the wand and the hose. So all I have to do now is plug in the plug into the socket. I've unplugged the vacuum just to be safe before I do this, because I'm not sure if what will happen if this nozzle will actually power itself up when the machine's switched on at the wall but not at the cleaner, because my SIBO C3 does that. But hopefully the power nozzle will only come on when I actually switch the machine on. So as you can see, it's plugged in and we're ready to give the power nozzle a quick go. Another vacuum that doesn't really like this carpet. Have I made a terrible mistake? I'll have to try it on a lower pile as well. I had to reduce the power. It was skipping a bit. I think on maximum, well, I'll try it, but I think it'll just be very hard to push. Yes, that's very hard to push. Very hard on this carpet. I think on my older living room carpet I'd have had no trouble. But I've still got my old living room carpet because it's the carpet that carpets the rest of my house. So I could try it in the hallway actually. Let's just check that the brushes are rotating properly anyway. Yes, that seems fine. Nothing wrong with the head. The problem really lies in my plush carpeting. Okay, so I put down some dirt in my hall carpet. Let's see if the Electro brush works any better on this much shorter pile. Well, there you go then. That's the end of today's video on this Miele Electronic S224 with the optional Electro power-driven head. So again, it's doesn't like this plush carpet. It was fine on the low pile carpet in my hall. It picked up all the bits I put down for it, but I was starting to smell a burning smell. I was getting a bit paranoid that the cleaner would blow up on me like the last one. But I think what the burning smell was the rubber belt on the power head, because I'd left it running in the same place for a bit, and I think that's was causing the smell. So I finished off the haul using the suction head and didn't get the smell back. So I think it's okay, but I'm always going to be very wary of Miele's of this type. But anyway, it's a project. It's not 100% perfect. It is missing a couple of the tools, but I have got all the tools that were pictured in the listing. But with this and the model that I blew up, I'm going to get one very decent vacuum out of it. And again, I think as long as mine hasn't yellowed during the winter, I'm going to use the body of my version, which could be an S223. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll put a link in the video and you can have a look at that video when the other Miele blew up, but it was in slightly better condition than this as far as I remember. If you have any comments or questions about this vintage, yes, I think we can call it vintage, it's from the 80s, please comment below and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.